Hello, in your last video we talked about how to solve these like X puzzle things. In this video we're going to talk about how we use those to actually factor a quadratic equation. The first thing I want to talk about for your quadratic equation is it comes in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. When you're setting up your little x problem, remember you have multiplication on the top, addition on the bottom. You want to put b on the bottom. I always remember b goes on the bottom and c goes on the top. So whatever this third number here will go on the top. Whatever your second number is will go on the bottom. For our problems today, all of our a values will equal 1, at least for this video. So we don't really have to worry about a here. But just remember, b goes on the bottom, c goes on the top. All right, my first problem, we have x squared plus 12x plus 27. Remember, there's a sneaky little 1 here, which is great. And we need to figure out what a, b, and c are. Remember, it is ax squared plus bx plus c. And so b is going to be 12 and c is going to be 27. Remember, we have b on the bottom and we have c on the top. And we're multiplying to c and adding to b. So I'm looking for a number that multiplies to 27 and it adds to 12. If you want, you can go ahead and list all of your factors of 27. So I know 27 is 1 times 27, 2 times something doesn't work, but 3 times 9 works. And then I don't think there's any other factors. If you need to go list them all out and you want to know like how to find these, please go back to my last video. I do it like in more depth back there. And I'm looking for 2 of these numbers that add to 12. Well, I know 1 plus 27 gives me 28. 3 plus 9 gives me 12. So my 2 factors here are going to be 3 and 9. Now, what we're really trying to do when we factor today is write it as 2 different things. All of these will start with x because a equals 1. So for these problems, they'll all start with x. And then to find our second numbers, we'll just take whatever these 2 are. So we're going to do x plus 3 because this is a positive 3. We have a positive 9, so we're going to do x plus 9. So my final answer is x plus 3 times x plus 9. Please make sure that your x plus 3 is in parentheses and your x plus 9 is also in parentheses. You can go ahead and list. All right. Number 2 is x squared minus 11x plus 28. Again, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So I know my b value is negative 11. And remember, b goes on the bottom. We're adding to it, negative 11. Make sure you take that negative sign with you. C goes on top. We're multiplying to it, and it is going to be 28. So I'm looking for 2 numbers that multiply to 28 and add to 11. So my factors of 28, I know I have 1 and 28. I have 2 and 14. 3 doesn't work. I have 4 and 7. 5 doesn't work, and 6 doesn't work. So those are my options. Notice that we have a positive number on top. Remember, if you have a positive on top and a negative on the bottom, that means that both your numbers have to be negative. In order to use a negative number to multiply to a positive, you have to have 2 negatives. So from here, I'm just looking for which of these 2 negatives would give me negative 11. This would give me negative 29. My second one, negative 2 minus 14 would give me a negative 16. And then my last one, negative 4 minus 7 would be negative 11. So I know my 2 factors are negative 4 and negative 7. My last step is just to write this as 2 factors. Again, since a is 1, there's nothing in front of x squared. You're just going to start with x for both. And then we're going to use the 2 numbers we found, so x minus 14, x minus 7. You could, oops, sorry, I wrote 4 a second time, x minus 7. You could rewrite this as x minus 7 and x minus 4. Those are the same answers. These 2 are both good answers. Again, if you need to know how to do this, go back to our first video, the one before this. All right, we're factoring x squared minus 4x minus 5. We have ax squared minus b or plus bx plus c. Again, a is 1, so we know we can use our x method. My b value is -4. B goes on the bottom. We want to add to -4. My c value is -5. C goes on the top. We're multiplying to -5. Again, I always sort of look at my number as a positive, so I know to get 5, my only option is 1 times 5. I can't divide 5 by 2, I can't divide it by 3, I can't divide it by 4 evenly. So I know for sure we're going to have a 1 and a 5, but I need to figure out what needs to be positive and what needs to be negative. Well, I notice we need something to add to -4. So since this is a positive 1, my 5 is going to have to be negative. If you're unsure of like how to figure that out, just try 1 minus 5 and use 5 as your -1, or use -1 plus 5. Put those two together, figure out which one gives you the number you want. The first one would give me -4. The second one would give me just 4. So I know this one doesn't work and I want 1 and -5. Again, we just had a 1 in front of our x squared, so we just have x to start. We're going to take the positive 1 and move it here. We're going to take the -5, move it here. You could flip-flop these and do x minus 5 and x plus 1. These two are your good answers. And last but not least, we have x squared minus 16. Notice this one's missing something. Remember, all of our answers should be ax squared plus bx plus c, or all of our starting points should be that. This one doesn't have an x, so it's kind of like we have x squared plus 0x minus 16. Because there is no x, there's like a little sneaky 0 there. So using that, I'm going to use my x method. Remember, b goes on the bottom, we want to add to it. In our case, b is in the same place as 0. C goes on the top, we want to multiply it, and c is in the same place as -16. Now I'm looking for things that multiply to 16. I know I have 1 and 16, I have 2 and 8, I have 4 and 4. And I have a negative, so I know I'm going to need 1 to be negative and 1 to be positive. Well, if I look, I want to find something that's like 0 away from each other, which means I want to find two numbers that are the same. 4 and 4 are the same. So if I had a positive 4 and a -4, and I put those together, they would give me 0. So my two factors are going to be -4 and a +4. When I write that, again, we need our x's inside our parentheses. We're going to have -4 plus 4. Again, we could flip-flop it. You could write it as x plus 4 times x minus 4, and that would be a good answer too. All right, those are all of your examples of factoring when when a equals 1. Thank you for watching the video, and go ahead and complete your little activity and then move on to your homework.